Hi climbers, Mozella here, and welcome back. Last week, we did the work of the head. We laid out a new map, reframing boundaries not as confrontational walls, but as the strategic logic perimeter of your base camp. You now have the why. You understand intellectually that protecting your time, energy, and focus is the most responsible thing you can do as the leader of the expedition of your life. But if it were just about logic, we'd all have done it already. And there's a reason we don't. There's a moment when the logical plan in your head meets the reality of a colleague's request, a family member's expectation, or a client's demand. And in that moment, logic often loses. What takes over? A knot in your stomach, a racing heart, and a flood of thoughts like, if I say no, they'll be disappointed in me, or they'll think I'm not a team player. Down to, it's just easier to say yes and avoid the conflict. Am I being selfish? This is where most expeditions fail. And getting through this is the work of the heart. It's not for a lack of a good map, but for a lack of courage to follow it when the terrain gets emotionally difficult. So today, we're not talking about strategy, we're talking about courage. Specifically, how to anchor your boundaries in the compass you've already calibrated, your own heart. Remember the work we did back in October? That was just last month. We quieted the noise of the outside world to find your true north. We calibrated your inner compass. That compass doesn't just point to what you want to do. It points to how you want to feel. It points toward integrity, peace, and purpose. Here's the truth. Every boundary you set is an act of loyalty to that compass. When you protect your energy from a drain, you are honoring the direction your compass is pointing in. When you say a courageous no to a distraction, you are saying a powerful yes to your true north. I'd like you to remember this. The guilt and fear you feel are just the magnetic pull of the old map. It's the gravity of past conditioning. Your compass, however, points to the new path. The question is, which one will you trust in the moment of decision? Let's talk about the cost of ignoring your compass. Think back to your reconnaissance mission, that leak of energy, that feeling of resentment you noticed. Resentment is the poison you drink, hoping that the other person will feel it. It is the direct emotional consequence of a boundary that was needed, but not set. It is your heart's alarm system telling you that you have betrayed your own true north. Now, I want you to recognize something. Burnout is not the result of doing too much work. It is a result of doing too much work that is misaligned with your compass. It is the slow death of 1,000 dishonored no's. But there's another feeling available to you. The feeling of integrity, the quiet, solid strength that comes from aligning your actions with your values. And that feeling is a reward for your courage. It's the confirmation that you are, in fact, on the right path. That feeling is the fuel for the rest of your climb. So, how do we access that courage in the moment? We can't just think our way to it. We have to feel our way to it. And I want to guide you through a short, heart-centered exercise so you can feel this and experience it. It's a tool you can use in the seconds before you have to make a choice, before you reply to that email, answer that text, or respond to that request. So I want to invite you to close your eyes and take a deep, deliberate, slow breath. And go ahead and close your eyes if that feels right for you. Place a hand on your heart. Just feel the connection. Now I want you to bring to mind one of the perimeter breaches you identified last week. A small one, a recurring time seep, or an energy drain. Don't pick the big, scary one, just a small, consistent leak. See it clearly in your mind. Feel the familiar pressure to say yes. Feel that knot of obligation. Acknowledge it, because it's just old gravity. Now take a slow breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to connect with the cost of saying yes. Feel that flicker of resentment, the subtle drain on your energy, the way it pulls you even slightly off your path. Just sit with that feeling for a moment. This is the feeling of ignoring your compass. Take a moment and learn to recognize it. You got it? Good. And it's time to let that feeling go. Time to release it. Take another deep, clarifying breath. And this time, I want you to imagine saying a calm, kind, and firm no, or proposing an alternative that honors your perimeter. Imagine communicating that boundary clearly and respectfully. And now I want you to focus on the feeling behind that action. Feel the wave of relief. Feel the quiet hum of integrity in your chest. Feel the sense of solidity, of self-respect. Feel the energy you just preserved. This is the feeling of honoring your compass. This is your true north. This is the feeling you are choosing. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear, feeling the guilt, and choosing your true north anyway. It's a choice you make in your heart before you ever speak the words with your mouth. Your mission for this week is to practice this exercise. Before you respond to a request, take 30 seconds. 30 seconds and connect with your compass. Feel the cost of the old path and feel the integrity of the new one. Then make a heart-centered choice, not a fear-based reaction, but start small and build your courage muscle. You have the map and you have the compass. You are more equipped than you know. Next week, we'll forge ahead the tools for your hands, the specific words and scripts that you can use to communicate these boundaries with both strength and grace. Until then, stay the course. Climb on.